What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Phase 6, your source for music, business, motivation, and support. It's your boy, Sirr Love, and I got an exciting episode for you guys. I got my man, Brandman Sean, on the show today.
What's up, everybody?
Yes, this dude is a beast when it comes to marketing, and he builds a lot of great teams, and I want to make sure that he gives you guys his insight and knowledge on how to do that. I told you guys before that I was getting ready to introduce you guys to a student of the game, and remember, I mentioned that student of the game is probably my best video. It's something that everyone should watch, even though it's slept on. This guy is that. Let's get to the show, guys. Welcome back to the show. This is my first guest that I've ever brought onto the show, and I wanted to bring somebody on that's actually in the trenches, that's actually getting it done, someone that is a perfect example of what all of you guys should be doing for your career currently. This is Brandman Sean. He's a beast when it comes to marketing, and I'm gonna allow him to talk about himself and kind of give you guys insight on what he's doing.
So once again, Brandman Sean, excited to be the first guest of Phase 6. It's pretty dope. And I guess a short little background is I have family involved in the business in multiple ways. My brother, he's written for a lot of artists. Some of his best friends, they've written for Grammy nominated records, things all the way down to jingles for commercials. And then they've also done production for people like Meek Mill, T.I., Chris Brown, and all that stuff. And so I've been around music for my entire life in some form or fashion. And when it comes but I look at it as the art in general. And when I see a lot of artists, a lot of times, not only are they not business oriented, but they have great products, but these great products get missed out on or slept on because they don't know how to actually get them out to the people and how to put them where they need to be seen. And I learned that through experiences from my own self. I will have things and I'm saying the world needs to see this, but you just put it out and you think the world will come, and they will not come, especially as much noise is out here these days. So that's kind of what propelled me into the direction I am. Marketing is my bread and butter. I love it to death. That's just what I do. That's who I am, Brandman Sean.
Some of the things that I said we was going to talk about, as you guys know, we're doing a team building series right now. And I want to talk about Brandman Sean's process for building a team. And I want him because when I went to the venue, your event, you had all sorts of people working for you. You had a whole crew of people making that thing happen. Yeah. And I'm assuming that everybody in there wasn't getting a check up front. So you was able to get all these people working for you, making things happen. You had vendors, you had the whole nine. For sure. Young guy putting it together all off muscle. If you can kind of paint some color around what is the process for building a team, how do you get people to commit to you, and what type of people do you choose? Okay,
so I'm a big believer in reverse engineering. So whatever you want to do, you have to understand what your vision is, and then you can work backwards from there. You have your vision, whatever that is, and say, what type of people do I need to have involved in this vision? And you want to break it down maybe as granular as possible, where that might be, hey, if I was building a regular business, we'll say this would be a CEO. This is the guys over operations. This is the guy over marketing. This is the secretary, or all those roles. Even if you're only going to have a couple of people and they might have to fulfill those roles, it's very helpful if you break down into every kind of role you imagine and kind of describe what those roles create, some kind of description of what that role executes. And then when you start, it's a lot easier to tell people, communicate to people who you want to be on your team, what they're going to do. Because I've made the mistake before. People are excited. They want to join a team, right, to get on the team, but then you have them doing things they didn't expect to do. And they're not where, so it's very good, and it mitigates a lot of problems later on if people are actually doing what they think they're going to do. Because if things change, even if they're your friends, it just makes for bad communication. So reverse engineer whatever you're going to do or whatever your vision is, fulfill those roles. And then if some people have to take 5 of those roles until you grow big enough where you can fulfill somebody else in those roles and have everybody specialized, start there and then keep moving.
So you mentioned even if they're your friends. So is that a pool that you like to go to when it comes down to bringing people on to execute a task? Do you start with your friends? Do you advise people not to go with their friends? Or what's your thought on that?
Nah, I say go with your friends, man.
Okay.
With the caveat, you know your friends better than I know your friends. Right? So we all have certain friends that are good at certain things.
Right.
So But you really have to go with your instinct and what you actually know. Don't try to put a certain friend in something that doesn't really mesh with their personality, right? Don't ask the introverted friend to be a host, right? That sounds obvious, but that's one of those extreme examples. But we do the same thing in other facets of whatever we're working on. Like, why would you put not detail on time type person in a space where that's pretty much required? So it's all about really knowing your friends. Some projects I don't ask some friends to be involved in at all. And then you also have the aspect of at least relying on your friends for referrals. If you understand that job, I could say, hey, yo, Brandon, do you know anybody that's detail oriented? They're on time, they're good at organizing things, and they're a good communicator. That might be some specific role. That might be like a registration desk or whatever. Or you might have some other kind of role and be like, hey, do you know somebody who has a solid following? They like being on social media. Maybe they're attractive or not, whatever. They've done videos before, and they are looking to get out there and do more type of PR things, and they're already in there. Then that's literally how I get a lot of referrals. And if those people are already interested in that, then more likely they'll be easier to come on. And they might not be an official part of the team, but at least for that one event, if it's an event, they can be contracted out. I know some of you guys need ongoing teams as artists, and that's a slightly different beast, but we can kind of delve into that. I want to see whatever else the questions are first.
No, I was getting ready to ask another question. When I heard you speak and I was listening to what you're saying, I want to know, it seems like you're able to get a commitment out of these guys. So what is the process, from your opinion, starting from the bottom? I've talked to my friends, because I recognize that I need a team. I've talked to my friends. What do I have to say to get that person to commit to the overall vision? Because your friend can opt out. They can bail. They can, even if, especially if they're not getting paid for a particular task, or if they are getting paid, I hope they wouldn't. But if they're not getting paid for a task, how do you keep them, inspired to complete it?
Okay. So for one, that comes from you being able to communicate a vision and really trying to do something that's special. People like to be involved in something that's special, and as serious as you are about it, people will take you a lot more seriously. A lot of times, sometimes my friends get on me, particularly ones that are, you could just consider them official parts of the team, like the past event that we did. I take on a lot of roles at first, a lot of times, and delve in for one, so I can understand things, but also if I push and wait to the point that I actually need somebody, then it's showing other people that I'm very committed to what I'm doing. I'm taking on that extra load so people know you're serious about it, but you also understand the role a lot better, so you can empathize with your friend, so you understand where some of those downfalls, those pitfalls of that particular role. So then you can communicate, hey, I know it's kind of like this. I know it's kind of boring right here, or this is, you can let them know about certain things.
So other than that, B-Man, do you got anything else to say?
Yeah, man. Just the fact that you guys can follow me at Brandman Sean on YouTube. You type in Brand, B-R-A-N-D, Sean, S-E-A, man, and then Sean, S-E-A-N on YouTube. I should pop right up. Got a lot of videos and content. Y'all can go ahead and check that out. Other than that, man, you can just hit me up in the comments or on my Instagram, which is SeanTaylor.im. Ask me any questions and I'll be happy to answer.
Right, and we're going to put all that information in the description below, as well as it's probably already on the screen for you guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, both of us are going to be replying underneath this thread.
For sure.
So, put them below. We can answer as many questions as we can. If you guys have anything, maybe it might turn out to, another video that has to be done about the topic. But we're here as resources for you guys. This guy has an amazing channel, and he's a resource for marketing, your marketing needs to help get you guys out there as an artist. As you know, I'm your source for music, business, motivation, and support. I don't know everything, but I know a lot about a little and a little about a lot. And every time I jump in front of this camera, I'm trying to give you guys everything that I got, and now sharing this stage with someone else is giving you what they got too. Stay tuned, Phase 6. Thank you. Like, subscribe, check us out. I appreciate you guys. I'm out.
Come on and face it. If you need some marketing motivation, you can learn to transform your life and build your own empire. With Sirr Love. Real
talk, no chase.
Yeah.
Real talk, no chase.
Yeah.
Real talk, no chase.
Yeah.
Real talk, I said real talk, I said real talk, no chase.
Yeah.
Real talk, no chase.
Yeah.
Real talk, no chase.